All right, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this story. So we covered a story a while back about a woman who got found in a hockey duffel bag and no one knew who did it. Well, who did it has come to light. So let's talk about that. The New York City mother, according to ABC News, the New York City mother of two whose body was found inside a duffel bag had asked her alleged killer to leave her house multiple times before she was stabbed to death. This is according to the prosecutors, right? The suspect, who is also her handyman David Bonola. So a handyman is somebody that does work around the house, right? He's probably trusted by the husband as well as, well, the wife is there. She has all types of stuff broken around the house that her husband can't fix. So you have your local handyman that comes in and fixes stuff, fix the drywall because there's a hole in the wall, fix the pipes, fix whatever. And apparently he was plumbing her pipes. He was fixing her pipes while doing his job. So he was arrested early on Thursday, days after he allegedly stabbed her over 50 times, slashed her throat, put her in her son's hockey duffel bag, and dragged her down the street where he left her, according to the NYPD. Bonola is 44 years old, and Gal, the mom, she's 51 years old. She's a mother of two children. She has a boy that I believe was 17 who was away from home with his dad looking for what college he wanted to go to. So they did a college trip. You know, if you're going to live away from home, let's take the kid. Let's go see what the dorm rooms are like. Let's go meet some of the staff and faculty from that school. Let's go get a feeling for the campus. See if he'll enjoy it or if we want him going there. So they did that kind of trip. That was dad and the older son, while the younger son, who's 13 years old, he stayed at home with mom. And their house has an attic, top floor, base floor, and a basement. So that's 4 levels. The 13-year-old was at home at the time, and he was on the top floor when his mom, who said she was going out for the night with a group of friends, ended up back home in the basement with the handyman. What the police have discovered so far is that the handyman and her were having a on-again, off-again cheating relationship for over 2 years. But it's the way that the media puts this, like she asked him to leave her home multiple times before she was stabbed. Okay, how did he get in the first place? Listen to this. Bonola, who was the handyman, killed her, and while her 13-year-old son was upstairs. Okay, now because she knew him, this is how the media puts it. Because she knew him, she let him into the house. You're talking about 2 a.m. in the morning while your husband is away. Because you knew the handyman, you let him into the basement while your 13-year-old was upstairs sleeping on the 4th floor, or because she knew him? Nah, she let him in the house because she went out partying. Let's be for real. She went out partying with a group of friends. They had a couple of drinks. She was feeling horny. She called the reliable dick, which was the handyman, and the handyman didn't live too far away, and he came through. He came through on a booty call at 2 in the morning. He had other intentions though, right? So let's be real about that and stop talking about, oh, she let him in because she knew him. The media then says he then engaged her in a verbal dispute, and unfortunately, she had to ask him to leave multiple times after she had let him in. Does that make sense to you? No. You let the man in, they did what they did, and afterwards, he had plans for you. I don't know the base of their relationship. I don't know if she kept telling him that she was going to leave him for her. She was going to leave her husband for him, or what the case is. However, even before all this broke, the media had tried to spin it in another way. Like somebody broke in, or it was a stranger, or, you know, But what it turns out to be is exactly what it was thought to be from the beginning by many, that she was having an affair and the person she was having an affair with took her life. Prosecutors said that Bonola, who is the handyman, allegedly dragged her body through the quiet residential streets, leaving a trail of blood from her home all the way to where he dropped her off, where he dumped her body at. 2 boys are left now without a mother, and a young teenager faces the added trauma of being at home when this heinous murder took place, says the Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz. Police said that Bonola offered to speak to authorities and he made incriminating statements during the questioning. Bonola was then arrested. Bonola appears in court and he was ordered held without bail on second-degree murder charges. He was placed on suicide watch at the request of his attorney. Now, all that sounds to me like he went and he told the police officers that he was very distraught over them breaking up and making up, and she's constantly playing with my head. They're constantly breaking up and making up. Every time I come back, she says she's going to leave this time because she is unhappy and whatever, and she never does. And I'm sorry that I took it out this way, but this is how I dealt with it. His lawyer asked for him to be placed on suicide watch. Very unusual, right? And it was him that turned himself in, called the police and told the police he has something he got to talk to them about. And during this question and answer session, he made incriminating statements and he was arrested. You know what this is similar to? The way how they tried to make this all-white American suburban mom seem like such an innocent person in all of this. If she wasn't fucking somebody while her husband was away in her basement of her home, karma would not have whooped her ass this bad, but she was. But you know what this is like? This, and let's be brutally honest, this is like when white men let bombs off in the United States of America, Timothy McVeigh and others, and kill a whole bunch of people, or walk inside of a Walmart and shoot up a whole bunch of people, or go to a country concert and shoot a whole bunch of people. They call that something different. If someone from the Middle East does it, it's called terrorism or a terrorist attack. But they don't want us to see white men as terrorists, so they call it something else. Oh, he had mental issues. He needs help. He was going through, he was raised in a traumatic childhood. He himself was abused. They find a million excuses. It's the same thing they do right here with this female to cover it up, right? Like the all-white suburban mom is not going to have some fun with the handyman while her husband is away. Come on. That's what it was. That's what it was from the beginning. And I remember saying that's what it was from the beginning, but we'll wait to see what happens next. And this is what happens next. So shout out to all the women in my comment section who said, why are you jumping to conclusion? That person who killed her could have broken into her house and lay-waited her and did that to her. And I said the timing was really off, and you would have to be really precise, and you would have to really know what you're doing to catch her. This person would have to know that she's going to be home alone. Her husband's away for an extended period of time, a week, and how to break a lock or get into her house undetected, and then sit there and wait for her. He would have to know everybody in the house's schedule. Like, she's not the only one that lives there. So her older son, which is almost an adult, would he be there? How would he know all that? So everything was fishy from the beginning, and I already thought exactly what it is. I just didn't know it was the handyman, and it was. So that's the follow-up to another story. And the lesson in this is, when the cat's away, the mice will play. But there's also karma. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and we'll talk about this one some more. It's Hot Topics TV, and you already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.